meeting to order. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pastor Bill, do you wish to bring the invocation for us?
Let's bow our heads. Loving, gracious, and merciful God and Father, be present in our discussions and our decisions this evening. Be present with us as we seek to live together in community and to serve each other and you. Be present with us in our weaknesses and strengths, our sorrows and our joys, our challenges and our successes. Be present with us in the difficult times and the easy times. Be present with us and help us to be truly thankful people. People that respond to the many blessings you provide, with lives lived out in thanksgiving and service. At this festive time of the year, we thank you for life itself, for health and healing, including our community hospital and clinic, and the doctors, nurses, and staff who serve. For our educational institutions, including Smoky Valley High School and Bethany College, and all who work, teach, and learn there. For Bethany Home, its administration, staff, and residents. For our churches and their pastors and parishioners. For all the businesses in Lindsborg and the surrounding area. For those willing to serve in public office and those who serve in our police and fire departments. For those who provide utilities and services in our community. For friends and family. For the freedoms we still enjoy. Lord, help us to give thanks for each resident of our community and for our community as a whole. Help each of us to use our talents and abilities to make our community a better place to live. Guide now those who are gathered here at this council meeting to conduct the business of our community. Give them wisdom for difficult tasks, sensitivity to the needs of our community, and keep them mindful of their sacred trust in public office. Help us to give thanks for all your many blessings to us, past, present, and future, and to love one another as you have loved us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much, Pastor Bill. Public input, I understand there are 3 or 4 different groups that wish to speak. We're going to start with Chance, Chase, and Dylan, I believe. So if you would come to the microphone, tell us who you are, and I believe you have a presentation that we also see. So.
Thank you for having us. My name is Chase Pinner, not Chance. We're students at Smoky Valley High School, and we have a video to present today over something we think we can improve in our community. So let's start that video.
When people think of Lindsborg, Kansas, they immediately imagine a beautiful Swedish town with many redeeming qualities, including dollar horses, the old Stuga, and the signature red brick of Main Street. However, with all the wonderful sights in the city, there is one sight that is not so great. A stretch of road reaching from one end of the town to the other lacks the proper pavement that the other roads have. This street, West Union to East Union, has potholes, constant bumps, and is starting to become overrun with dirt and sand, making it one of the only stretches of road that appears unfinished. Although intersections and other parts within the stretch of the road are properly paved, there are still areas that are in need of repair. Here is a clip showing the transition from the worn down road to the area in between that has proper pavement. There are many reasons why we believe this road is in need of proper care, but here are the main reasons. The first reason being that Union is the only road which runs from one end of town to the other that also lacks proper pavement. Here you can see the transition from the smooth, popular road of Burma to the bumpy and unprofessional road of West Union. And here are some more occasions where potholes become almost unavoidable, creating a very bumpy and uneven ride. With this evidence, it is obvious that something needs to be done to fix these obstacles and smooth out this road to make it much more safe and more effective. Another important reason is that this road is unappealing. With dozens of potholes and a sea of sand, this road looks terrible. This not only makes the road itself look bad, but the houses and property along it as well. A road in desperate need of refurbishing eliminates the street appeal of these houses. The road is also a harsh sight to see when driving on Burma. Because of this, many people avoid this road, which may lead to some arguing that it would not be worth repaving if no one drives on it. However, we believe that if it were repaved, this would encourage more people to drive along this road. We ask that the portion of the road next to West Union and Burma be fixed up first, as this is where the majority of the houses along the road reside. Another important reason is that it is completely unsafe. With all the potholes around it, it would be all too easy to damage your vehicle. Likewise, this applies for anyone on a bicycle as well. Adults or children cycling down this road often have to swerve to avoid the potholes surrounding them. This creates a dilemma as cyclists may find themselves in the middle of the road when avoiding potholes, and it only gets worse if there is an approaching vehicle. Also, every 2 years when the Coronado Heights Run takes place, the runners must go down this road and be extra careful to avoid an injury. It would be easy for someone to sprain their ankle in a pothole like this one if they weren't paying attention. Now, there are many more reasons as to why the road needs fixed, other than the ones mentioned. Nonetheless, we hope that you take these ones into consideration. The longer the city waits, the worse the road will get. During the winter, the snow plows cause more damage as they slowly bring up parts of the road. Also, as time goes by, the road will only continue to get more worn out. If done right, the new road could last for years to come. If the city acts now, then no matter what route one takes to Lindsborg, it will be a smooth ride.
And I do want to mention, because I heard someone say this, the part of the video it looked like we were speeding, that was
Council, any questions?
Thank you for doing this.
Gentlemen, yes, thank you for doing that. What would happen was it could be discussed further, in future council meetings and that, just so you do know, and I don't know if you understand as far as street reworks or fixing, it's really up to the property owners that are adjacent to the road itself, that petition by those property owners for certain areas, asking that to happen, could make that possibility happen. The roads and that are the responsibility of the property owners to petition to have them fixed and paved and that. The work that has been done there has been with millings and chip seal and things that we've tried to do just to keep it at a certain standard or level. Obviously not successful at this point. Is it better just to be a sand road than it was for many, many years or whatever, or, to go ahead and try and keep the millings on it and do those kind of things. So, be glad to discuss further with you, you and whoever, specifically what those items are, but we will bring it to the attention of staff and have them review. And again, if you wish to meet with any of us or with Greg or other staff, Tim Dunn and that, please come forward and ask for that. So we do appreciate your efforts, and I didn't think you were speaking. Thank you. Wait a minute.
I just have a question. Do you want us to notify you when these items will come up on the agenda again so you can be here for the conversation?
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you guys very much.
talk to you guys about a safety issue in town of Lindsborg. The issue is the lack of road signs at the intersection of Washington McPherson, Washington and Union and 3rd. Personally, I have not been in a car accident, but I've been in many close calls. And I've had the opportunity to talk to some of the local members of our police department and to get some facts and statistics on accidents there.
Will you state the intersections again?
Washington McPherson, Washington and Union and 3rd. The first stat is, in the last 10 years at McPherson, Washington, there have been 3 accidents. Washington Union has had 2 accidents. Union and 3rd has had 8. All but one having damages over $1,000, and every single one not paying because of the wacky deals. Another shocking thing I've learned is that we've had this problem before at the intersection with Grant. There were a total of 6 accidents there, and the city ended up putting stop signs, and there has only been one since there's been stop signs there. Another reason is to apply the signs is winter is finally here, and as all of us know, the ice storm that we had, it was very difficult to stop if you wanted to stop on a dime if another car was approaching you. And I want to thank you for your time, and thank you.
We appreciate it.
Any questions?
You stated the number of accidents at each intersection. How long of a time period was that over?
10 years.
10 years, okay.
Other questions?
Well, now I know why I always slow down there going, is there a damn stop sign here? Or am I going the right way and they don't stop? I guess I figured that out now.
Are those completely unmarked intersections?
Yes, completely unmarked. There's no other sign stating that there isn't a stop sign or a yield sign. It's just all up to the driver.
Okay, what we will do is refer that one actually to the chief of police, who does all of our safety reviews and that, and we will also notify you when that comes back in for discussion in front of council.
Thank
So
you.
with his report. So thank you very much for your effort. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Dave, you want to go next? He warned me he was coming, by the way.
I warned him.
Yeah, he said I'll be there, so.
Bethany College is a vital part of Lindsborg's life and economy. The reality of Bethany's financial struggle is a common knowledge to all of us. Don Anderson visited Lois and myself last week to request a financial commitment. Don and other volunteers were making similar visits to most everyone in town. If you haven't received such a representative, you will. The residents of Lindsborg probably do not have the kind of money that the college needs to sustain itself like they need. It is safe to assume that if there were other less expensive ways to support Bethany College, a large number would be interested, especially the leaders in our community. A month ago, I had lunch with Jacob, who's a freshman student that is a member of the college football team. He gave me a reality check that I think you all need to hear. 20 fellow members of the football team that he knows will be leaving Bethany College, not even completing their freshman year. And there will be others. Each year, recidivism, students moving on, is a concern to the college and certainly a concern to the city. The reasons for leaving can easily be listed. I came to play football and not to sit on the bench. I'm homesick. I didn't realize the cost. And then there were some that didn't even expect to open a book. The number one reason, however, may surprise you. Jacob said, Most of them said they did not feel comfortable in a small town. Think about it. They didn't feel comfortable in Lindsborg. A few years ago, we lost 60% of our property in the flood. Our basement would still probably a bloody mess if it wasn't for the volunteer high school and college students and some adults who happen to be here tonight. One of those volunteers was Steve Williams, the starting linebacker of Bethany College football team. Wonderful young man. During a break, we talked about Bethany and life in Lindsborg. He only wanted to talk about Bea and Becky Anderson, who had done so much for him and making him feel welcome. There are others in Lindsborg who have a special relationship with students. Sharon and John Palmquist come to mind, and I'm sure there are many others. How many other residents of Lindsborg would love a Bethany student as a friend, as a local supporter? Brett Morehouse, our head women's basketball coach, organized a host family program. 27 Bethany women have a host family. Some of them are here tonight. Lois and I are the host family for a student from Carson, California. A good basketball player, but also an A student who should be around for 4 years. We've taken her out for lunch. How much does that cost? I text her about once a week. How much does that cost? How many students would stay in school because of those few dollars spent by members of this community? This semester will end in a matter of days. New students will be coming in. Now is the time for the City of Lindsborg and Bethany College to consider expanding this kind of support to new students. A personal connection with a Lindsborg resident may ensure that they will graduate from Bethany College. The cost is very little. It can be a wonderful experience for both the students as well as the host family. By the way, Steve Williams graduated this past spring. You would have seen something special if you were at the ceremony. He walked across the stage with his 1-year-old son. I'm taking my friend Jacob to lunch tomorrow before he heads home for Christmas. He may want to talk about the friends who will leave Bethany in a few days and not return. I really shouldn't have to happen. Thank you for your time. I have a copy of this if you want to have it.
Yes, do. Thank you. I'll get that from you.
I'm sorry?
I'll get that from you, that'd be great. I'd like to know. So you can hand it to Jerry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Good points, I think, for all citizens of Lindsborg to be aware of and think about for further discussion. Next we have, is it Kathy and Dean? Is that correct?
Hi, everybody. I'm Kathy Richardson of Small World Gallery, and Dane Pavlovich and I are here on behalf of the Ad hoc Roundtable at Bethany College. We don't want anything. We just want to say thank you. We talked this morning at our regular Monday morning gathering about all the good things that have been happening in the last year, and it was a very long list, and we didn't even scratch the surface. Of course, we think of downtown improvements in the music system, new businesses, but celebrating long-term businesses that have been here a long time and have done very well for this community. And livability.com, the acknowledgement of the community for its livability among small towns in America. And Greg's Award and Jerry's Award. And Chief Bergen here for 30 years, for heaven's sakes. Coronado Heights improvements. Sales tax continues to be healthy. Bed tax up dramatically. The Meadowlark Trail improvements. many done by our local volunteers with other funding. The school district enrollment is going up again. Bethany Home Assisted Living doing better. The Sunstrom Center doing well. Lindsborg Community Hospital continues to make great strides. The Kansas Sampler Festival, the travel app, our cooperative advertising. And I just didn't even begin to get everything. I'm sorry if I left something out. I'm sure I did. But we think a lot of this has to do with our collaborations. And one of them is with Bethany College, and we appreciate that.
And I'd like to express and pass on from the college, although I don't represent the college in an official capacity, I know that many of the college staff, faculty, and students do feel the support and the leadership that we have within the city council, elected leaders, and folks who are on the city payroll. There's a great relationship, and we feel the support of that, and we hope and continue for a strong relationship that we might have in the future. We're gaining traction, we feel, at the college, and part of gaining traction is having the support of the leadership of our fine community.
I like that word, attraction. Absolutely. And we've got members of the ad hoc roundtable in the audience tonight to kind of put a point on it, and we say thank you.
Well, thank you to your group too. I think traction is what you bring to the table for all of us, and so it's not sitting around talking about it. It's how we're going to get done by next meeting or the meeting after that, and you guys are that group to get it done. So I think traction is a great word, and thank you to all of the ad hocers that are involved throughout that do great things for our community across the board, and it is appreciated. So, any other public input this evening? Hearing none, we'll move on to amendments to the agenda. Council members, any wish there? Thank you guys very much. Any amendments to the agenda? Hearing none, mayor's report. Let's talk about the code enforcement on Full Street. I can report that the items that were listed in the code enforcement, there is one item left, it's a van that Tim assures me will be moved tomorrow, which would complete the removal of the items that were listed in the actual city code enforcement. Other questions and other items that are going on out there, obviously, are the property owners' work and the things that they're working on, and you expect to see more in the future according to what I hear from them. But as far as this action goes, it would be closed as of tomorrow. Is that correct, Tim? Okay. Snowflake Parade Saturday was a lot of
I
fun.
have a question about that though. Before we go on, I mean, do you feel like, or does Chief of Police feel like some of these items have just been moved from one place to another?
Greg can answer that.
Oh, absolutely. There have been items that have been moved from one place to another, but we can't take action on them yet. We've got to let them sit for 30 days. We've been watching them. We're aware of it. We will take action. But in terms of the resolution that was adopted, everything but the van, and I can't remember the year, have been taken care of.
Thank you.
Sorry. No, it's fine. Other questions on code enforcement action? Snowflake Parade? A more fun atmosphere there. It was a lot of fun, and I appreciate everybody's efforts to make that happen. Lots of great smiles on the kids, and our own chief of police was a wonderful Frosty with the snowflakes with him. They were great, and the rest of the people that were there. It was a little windy that day, a little bit of breeze blowing, but it was a lot of fun, and I appreciate everybody's work towards that. Please remember those during this time of year and any time of year to give back, those maybe less fortunate than yourself, and keep that in mind, and please recycle into the future. Today was a blue polycart day, and it was great to see those out at the curb and the things that do go on there, so please remember that. December meetings, the next one, council meeting be on the 21st. Moving on to the consent.
Just a minute, wait a minute.
Got it, you got the floor.
This weekend is Lucia. A lot of people coming into town, lots of things happening. There's a huge schedule, I don't know where it is, but there is a huge schedule. And then I think it there, and Corey should talk about it because he knows much more about it than I do. Lindsborg wrestling.
Oh, okay.
You talk about it.
In February, we got a little while to plan, but Smoky Valley High School was successful in obtaining the, I don't know if it was a bid, but they obtained the regional wrestling tournament for our area, and that will bring 16 teams, including Smoky Valley, to Lindsborg with 100 or more people from each team. So that's going to be an influx over 2 days of over 1,500 people into Smoky Valley.
Give us a date.
19 and 20.
Of February.
Yeah,
Okay.
big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's something that we've talked about in recreation for the community. How can we maximize impact? We've got good things, good facilities, tennis, things that we've invested in as a community. And here's a regional meet, so I think that's a big deal.
Well, again, appreciate everybody's work towards that. There's also a December 17th meeting, a joint recreation commission meeting at 7 o'clock USD 400. Everybody should have gotten that information. Looking for you to, people that you think would be interested in being on that and helping give some direction to that, give it some traction, as Kathy would say. I think that's an opportunity for you at that point to mention that and have them at that meeting. It's not for you, it's for others to come.
Mayor,
Yes?
to make an apology to Kate, her meeting, her Recreation Advisory Board meeting on the meetings list is for November.
I saw that.
Sorry, Kate, it's December. So I just wanted to make sure that you know.
Same date and different month.
It is Tuesday, November 9th, or is it? Yeah.
It's Monday, November, December 14th.
I would have called her and verified it. That would be Monday, the 14th. It's still 6:30 though, right?
Yes.
Okay. But it's Eastern time. Yeah, it is.
What month is it?
All right, any other items that need to come before in the mayor's report? If not, let's move on to the consent agenda. What is your desire?
Motion to adopt.
It's been moved, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, roll call please.
Hang on a minute. Betty? Yes. Blaine?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Eno?
Yes.
Becky? Yes. Thank you.
Motion carried. Planning and zoning, ordinance 4953.
We're pleased to announce that there's an annexation finally after 5 years. This one looks to be very favorable for some real development. First phase is intended to be low to moderate income workforce housing that will comprise of about 5 acres. The projection is there will be 12 duplexes built beginning sometime in 2016, pending funding from KHRC. But we do see this sort of development happening in the first and Mount Ridge, and we're very happy to see it happening here too. Future plans for the area will probably involve more duplex housing, but could certainly include single family as well.
What is your desire of 4953?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Adopt, I guess.
All right. Who said second?
We have a motion and a second. Please ask your questions or clarifications. Hearing none?
Becky?
Yes.
Emil?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Eddie?
Yes.
Thank you.
Item passed. No old business, moving on to new business. First one is the telephone system.
Currently, we have a, what's called a Plexar phone service system. Our current contract's expired. We could renew it. We've received proposals for continuing on a Plexar system or going with voice over internet protocol phones. We can renew a 3-year contract on the Plexar system, but beyond that time, they're not going to be providing copper wire services, is the way they put it. So the proposals that we received for voice over internet, one is from AT&T called the Flex IP. The other two are from Cox Business, and they're PRI. There's a 23 two-way channel or a 10 two-way channel. We don't need, at least at this point in time, a 23 two-way channel system. If in the future we did, we could upgrade that. If we went with the VoIP system, we would need to upgrade the software card for the phone system. Plus, we would need to replace not all the phones, but some of the phones within the city. So initially, the upfront cost would be more, but over the life of a 3-year contract, it would be approximately $13,000 less than renewing with an AT&T Plexar. And the staff recommendation is to go with the Cox Business PRI two-way channel phone service and to replace the phones and software card in the phone system.
What is your desire?
Make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion?
Is that a pretty seamless change?
Well, that's what they say.
Has anybody ever had a seamless phone?
Is there a better time of year to do this than others?
I would say this is probably a better time than getting into the spring and the summer. You know, and there are some other advantages going besides just cost. With having 10 channels, we can assign some direct dial numbers. Right now, and another advantage is when someone calls in, we basically have 6 lines. But if a line is in use, in other words, if Jerry takes a phone call and then transfers it to me, that line's still locked up. If she takes a call on a VoIP phone, she transfers it to me, her line is open to take calls again through the same phone system. So while we only have 6 lines overall between public safety, public works, and city hall, we actually have the advantage of having many more lines.
Will the police still be a separate number?
Yes.
Are the, you said not all of the telephone, the desk sets will be replaced. Are they all the same age?
They're all the same age. Some of them don't have the features necessary to support a VoIP phone.
I'm just wondering if it wouldn't be in the best interest of ease of operations to replace all the desk sets at once, so they're uniform.
Well, they will be uniform. Some of the ones we're replacing are not uniform with like what Jerry has or I have. They have a lot less features on them, which makes them not compatible. We probably need to replace one other phone that an individual's having problems with, but I think the rest of them are fine.
Yeah, and when I spoke with the technician for our phone system, he said they still sell the same exact phones that we have. It's just a question of changing the software in them. And the software is done in the IT room, so the phones are just the phones. The other advantage with this is some of our locations that we haven't been able to put in the system we have between our building and public works and public safety is that we'll be able to hook in all of our other locations, like the wastewater plant and the streets department and the where the parks workstation is. And we'll all be able to do it via intercom rather than using outside lines to call each other, so.
Is golf course on there too, Jerry, or not?
I believe it is.
Okay, sounds good. Other questions? Thank you. Roll call, Jerry.
Betty?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Emo?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion passed. Item passed. We're going to move on to B, legal services agreement for the USDA loan. Greg?
As part of the USDA Rural Development Loan for the construction of a new EMS building, rural development requires a legal services agreement between the city and its city attorney. The agreement is enclosed, defines the responsibility and the hourly rate for the attorney. And so I guess with that, any questions or?
What is your desire?
I'll make the motion, we approve the legal services agreement for the USDA Rural Development Loan for the construction of the new EMS building.
Second?
You get all that, Jerry?
I did.
Discussion? Roll call.
Becky?
Yes.
Emo?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Eddie?
Yes.
Motion passed. Ordinance 4954. What is your desire?
To approve ordinance number 4954, amending the official city fee schedule.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion?
Who was the second?
I did. David.
David.
It's amending the fee schedule for court fees. If you go to the fee schedule itself, highlighted the court fees. One of the drivers is that the Judicial Branch Education Fund, which is used to educate municipal judges, is that correct, Jerry? Used to be 50 cents per court case. It's increasing to $1. And then it's just keep increasing the for the base cost from $62.50 to $63. So overall, the court cost would be going up $1.
It wouldn't be going up 50 cents?
50 cents on the judicial branch, and the base fee for all other cases is going up 50 cents.
Sorry, thank you.
Other questions? Reference the ordinance 4954. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Betty?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Emo?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Item passed. Item D, employee holiday bonus. Greg?
It's been a tradition of City Council to provide every regular full-time employee a holiday bonus of $100. Currently, there are 30 regular full-time employees with the city, and then it's up to City Council whether they want to approve and offer that again or not.
To make a motion to approve a $100 bonus to all full-time employees?
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Further discussion?
And this is a cash gift?
Yes.
Hearing none, roll call, please.
Becky?
Yes.
Emo?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Debbie?
Yes.
Item passed. New business, item E, year-end council meeting. I think Greg can explain this and see what your wishes are.
Historically, when we were having one council meeting a month, we would have a year-end council meeting, take care of some year-end business, such as cereal malt beverage licenses, sales tax transfer, cost of living allowance, and any other last-minute business. Typically, it's been 29th or 30th, somewhere around there, of December. This is the first year of 2 city council meetings per month. Many of those items could be handled at the second council meeting of the month. So the question is out there whether to have a year-end council meeting or not.
You know, she says, the question is whether we would like to have a special year-end council meeting.
Okay.
Will staff be prepared for everything we need on the 21st?
Yeah, except we won't have, what was the final numbers on,
We'll have an estimate on the sales tax
Yeah.
transfer,
but that can be taken care of at the first meeting in January,
which would be January 5th.
the solid number.
Cereal malt and all the other things that we need to have done, we can have done by then.
Yep.
Is there any desire to have a special meeting, or is everybody comfortable with the 21st?
21st works.
Hearing no desire, no action necessary. Item F is the annual hazard mitigation report.
This is a new thing. Back in earlier this year, actually, we passed a resolution to participate in a multi-hazard, multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan. It's a huge plan. It's 800 and some pages. In the plan, we have 6 items that relate to items that we've identified as mitigation strategies. The reason we participate in this program is that if we have a disaster, we can apply then for funding from FEMA. If we do not participate in any multi-hazard mitigation plan, then we're out. So that's why we do it. 2 of the items relate to flooding, and I'm required by our participation in the community rating system to report to you on an annual basis our progress on those 2 flood items. Unfortunately, those 2 items were integrated into the plan back in 2015, and a lot has changed. We won't have a way to introduce the new flood threat that we realized in 2014. David mentioned it today, until 2019. In the meantime, though, the 2 items that we did list, which is the first one, participation in the National Flood Insurance Program, we comply with that. The other item, which was a hot button 2-3 years ago, and that was sedimentation in Cow Creek. We are making some progress, not as much as we'd like. We tend to be overlooked for grant funding for dredging that slough, but we have made some progress in dredging portions of it by working with private parties. Tim Dunn and I continue to work on that. But I have to admit that the focus of our primary focus on flood mitigation, as you know, is in other areas. That said, any questions?
I'm not understanding what we should do tonight.
Listen.
Yeah, you're giving the
Just a report out to meet the
requirements.
Thank you.
But the other steps we're taking for remediation that we talked about after the Wilson engineering plan came back, those can't be implemented until 2019, or they can't be part of this until 2019?
Well, they're not. They would still be covered in a disaster. But until that plan, and we're talking multi-county plan, this is a 800 and some page plan. Until that is revised and updated in 2019, new items won't necessarily, unless they
Yeah, they won't be included in the plan, but that doesn't prevent us from taking action on them. Yeah.
Correct. But that's a good point.
Other questions? Hearing none, thank you, Gary, for reporting out on that. Moving to item 10, executive session.
Mr. Mayor, I move we go into executive session for 15 minutes to discuss matters related to non-elected personnel and to include the city attorney and city administrator.
That is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Hearing of the time for us.
I got it.
Thanks very much.
Carol for that.
I'd like to make a motion to return. Hold on.
Budget.
Make the motion to return to executive session to discuss what we were discussing.
Non-elected personnel.
Non-elected personnel, down to 10 minutes.
There's
Wait a
second? Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Oh, good. Turn the sound on. I like the sound on there. Glad I didn't have one.
We have a minute. I'm going to make the motion that we adjourn the executive session early.
Is that a motion?
This is.
Is there a second? Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Who was the second?
What was the motion?
I was.
Call the meeting back to regular session. Moving on to item 11, other. Any others tonight?
I have a question about, have we had a lot of chickens registered? Have we had any chickens registered?
Yes.
Two chickens or two people?
Two people. Right, cold scratching.
Well, I mean, one person with two chickens, or two people with one chicken, or two people with 6 chickens?
People who have registered that they will not have more than 6 chickens.
Okay.
Good answer.
Have we had any more issues?
Any chicken complaints?
Not so far.
All right.
Are you?
Life is good at Mayberry.
I was gonna just let that go.
Motion we adjourn.
Second, seconded, all in favor,
Aye.
say aye. Opposed, same sign. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all.